Hi everyone, tonight I'm going to take a look at True Lies for the Sega Genesis. I have the music turned off, which is a handy option that this game provides, and I have the audio turned down to the point where it shouldn't overpower me. So this game was released in 1994, and it was based on an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie of the same name. You have the digitized likeness of Tom Arnold down there. And this is a pretty typical top-down shooter. We shoot with the B button. The A button does kind of a rolling somersault. And the C button changes weapons once you have another one. For now I just have this handgun, which has unlimited ammo. Now I have an Uzi. So yeah, the object of this level here is to basically crash this big party in this mansion here, and I'm supposed to download some data from a computer. And since stealth is not an option in this game, I'm shooting the guys with guns and trying to avoid shooting the guys that don't have guns. Which is actually kind of difficult because the civilians don't have any kind of AI. They seem completely oblivious to the fact that I'm shooting. It's also kind of hard because people all wear the same colors, so it's kind of hard to tell people apart. I remember renting this game a long time ago, and I kind of enjoyed it. And playing it now, I still do. I think it was fairly well made, actually. So this has the feel of an old school top-down shooter, kind of like, I don't know, maybe Die Hard on the NES. But the graphics are quite clearly 16-bit. And it actually controls pretty well. I find everything to be pretty fluid, for the most part. Even shooting diagonally is not that difficult. The cool thing about the Uzi is you can remain in place and you can control the direction of the fire. Here I am wasting all my ammo. Whoops. The guards have fairly dumb AI. They don't seem to be aware of your presence until you get pretty close to them. And then they tend to just sort of fire blindly instead of following you or, actually aiming. That's okay. We can forgive it. Whoever owns this mansion is creating a lot of jobs. Gotta give him that. I did see the True Lies movie, probably the year it was released, and I remember liking it. I don't remember too much about it. Okay, I ran out. Oops. Okay, here we see some twisted humor. I accidentally shot a bystander, and the Tom Arnold guy is telling me not to do that in an election year. Haha, my bad. Anyway, one of the things I don't like about this is that when you run out of ammo, it doesn't switch your weapon for you. That is a pretty standard feature in most games where you do a lot of shooting. Anyway, saw True Lies back in the day. I think it was pretty good from what I recall. All I really remember about it was some kind of striptease with Jamie Lee Curtis and a scene with a Harrier jet. And I think it was kind of funny. It was kind of an action comedy movie. The premise of it was that Schwarzenegger's character was actually an undercover secret agent, but his family didn't know it. They just thought he was like a businessman or something. Wouldn't mind checking that out if I saw it on Netflix or something. There are multiple weapon types in this game. There's the handgun, the Uzi. Later on there's a shotgun. There are grenades. Not sure what that Omega symbol there is. Maybe an extra life or something. And here we have the computer I'm supposed to hack. Get the heck out of there. One cool thing about this game is that the enemies don't respawn if you have to, backtrack to get a key card or something. Oh man, guy's asking for it. I think if you kill 3 civilians, you fail the mission and have to start over from the beginning. I'm guessing you lose a life for that. Another cool feature about this game is that it does give you passwords when you complete a level, which is handy. In a way, it's almost better than the battery saves that some games of this era had, like a lot of Super NES games, like Sonic 3. I mean, the ones that let you save onto the cartridge are kind of cool, but with the passage of time, those batteries die, so you end up having to take the cartridge apart. It's actually not that difficult, but passwords take some of the guesswork out of it. See, this guy knows what's going on. There's a bit of variety to the levels. I know the part right after this has you running down a snowy hill, and then I think you're in a mall, and then I think you're in like Central Park or something. Don't think I ever really got past like the 3rd or 4th level, but then I only had this for a weekend, about a decade ago. Actually, no, 1994 was 20 years ago. Wow. I'm starting to feel old here. Oh, get out of the way. Graphics almost remind me of an RPG. I think it's just the top-down perspective and the way the buildings don't really have like a solid roof. Alright, that's that part. Now I'm running down the side of a hill that seems to have working gravity. And from what I can tell, it pays to pretty much just outrun the bad guys. You can sort of tuck and roll when you go over these little cliffs here. Need that. Need that. Those guys will crash into the trees. Yeah, if you take the time to engage every one of these guys, you will die. So, it's better to just keep running. Now let's see what that thing does. I have 3 lives. Okay, I have 4 lives now, so that Omega is an extra life. Ooh. I will take that. You can just die. Okay. Now I got a helicopter after me. Almost looks like a Cobra or an Apache, but it's got that bubble cockpit. I am by no means an aircraft expert, but I did pay a visit to an air and space museum not too long ago. Okay, so that's that level. And there's my password. Go ahead and do another one here. This next one has me in a shopping mall. We have some sort of humorous names. Whenever you start a new level, you don't have the weapons from last time. So I basically lost the Uzi. Still got my extra lives though. Whoop. Okay, that guy's not a bad guy. Getting a little trigger happy here. You do have to be lined up just so to actually shoot them. See, for example, it's kind of going over his shoulder there, so I have to be like right front and center. Again, it's not a huge deal for a 16-bit era game. Ah, here we have a shotgun. Go ahead and switch to that. Don't have to be quite so precise with a shotgun. In this level, the bad guys all have grenades, which they toss out like candy. A little annoying. Not sure how this corduroy nightmare. Not sure how this is to watch, but I'm actually having fun playing this. I think it's pretty well done. That's unusual for a movie-licensed 16-bit title. Most movie games were utter crap. I'm just genuinely surprised that they didn't make a scrolling beat-em-up out of this. I've done like 10 or 12 of those, I think, for my channel so far. So yeah, this is something a little different, and fairly solid for what it is. Yeah, those grenades will hurt. Do I have an Uzi? No, I don't. Oh, I just died. But the game's fairly generous and it just respawns you at the spot where you dropped. The guys on the upper level here can't shoot me, or they can't hit me, rather. Why can't I hit this guy? Oh, I'm out of ammo, of course. Well, I think you get the point. This is True Lies for the Sega Genesis. I think it's a pretty solid little action title, actually. I sort of want to keep playing. The rest of this level continues pretty much like what you've already seen. I think there's sort of a boss-like character that you fight in a bathroom. And the next level is a large park. Anyway, if you're into top-down action shooter games, this is definitely worth checking out. Thank you for watching.